Chapter 12. Follow the path. Tek and Scarla watched toward the mountain ahead of them. It might be quicker if we fly, they said. We can follow the path from the sky. Scarla put her hand on her hip. I can't fly without blades. Ah, said Tek. Good point. We'll have to walk. Besides, Scarla added, Jeff says to stay on the path. Tek and Scarla walked on through a valley covered in tall pink grass. I really hope Blaze is okay, Scarla said. She has a firehawk power to protect her, Tek said, but we need to find her soon. Scarla nodded. They tried to keep the path like Jeff had told them, but the grass grew tall and wide. Tek stopped walking. I can't see the path anymore, he said. The grass grew over it. Scarla whistled. It doesn't look like anyone has been this way for a very long time, she said. I'll fly ahead quickly, just see if I can find the path again, Tek said. Okay, birds, hurry back. Scarla called after a friend. They flew ahead. Farther along, he saw a dark line in the grass. He flew down closer. There was another wiggly brown line, and another. Those squiggly lines were moving through the tall grass, and they were heading toward the Scarla. I should never have left the path. Tek's heart raced as he flew back to the Scarla as fast as he could, but it was too late. Giant snakes! Tek shouted. Giant snakes surrounded the Scarla. They slithered around her in a circle, moving closer and closer. A huge snake reared its head and hissed at Scarla. Help! Scarla screamed. They swooped overhead. Quick, grab on my tail feathers, they called. Scarla held on tight and Tek flapped as hard as he could. Slowly, Scarla lifted off the ground. Tek tried to fly away from the snakes, but Scarla was heavy. Tek's feathers shook. The snakes were big enough to gobble them up whole. Tasty snake. One snake hissed. Eek! Scarla yelled as another snake showed its fangs. Tek took a deep breath and flapped harder. He didn't stop flapping until they were brought through the valley with the snakes far behind. Phew, Scarla said. You really saved my tail there. Tek puffed. We need to get out of here in case they follow us, he said. Let's find those birds' nest. They hurried out of the valley and up a steep hill. Scarla gasped when they reached the top. For instance, they could see a group of large, colorful birds. Their feathers glowed gold, orange, and red in the sunlight as they landed in the valley below. Are those? Tek started to say. Firehouse, Scarla cried. We finally found them. Chapter 13. Firehouse. Scarla ran down the hill toward the birds. Wait, Tek called after her. He squinted at the birds, trying to get a better look. They had the same colorful feathers as Blaze, but something didn't seem quite right. Suddenly, the birds all took the sky as one. They flew off towards some tall trees far in the distance. Then they are gone. I'm not sure those birds are Firehouse, they said, landing beside Scarla. But they have to be, Scarla cried. They raced farther down the hill. They flew after her and landed in a small clearing close to where they had seen birds. Do you see any sign of Blaze? But Scarla was staring at the ground, trembling. Tek, she said in a shaky voice. I think you're right. Tek looked down. They were standing inside a gigantic bird footprint. A firehawk didn't leave that, Tek said. Tek, what if those giant birds thought Blaze was their dinner? Scarla said. Or what if they were taken far away? She could be in real danger. Blaze is strong, Tek reminded his friend, and we'll find her. Scarla looked at Tek's sack, then guessed. The feathers, she said. We still have the feathers and paper and the embossed stone. Maybe they can help us find the place. Let's try, Tig said. Scala quickly unrolled the paper. They placed the embossed stone on it like they had done with Gray's magical map. Scala held the 3 golden feathers and waved them back and forth like Blaze had done. Where is Blaze? She said out loud. Tig watched the map, but it stayed blank. Nothing is happening, Scala cried. Wait, Tig said. Look, the tips of the golden feathers had started to glow. Scala held them over the paper. Where is Blaze? She asked again, louder this time. The feathers jumped out of Scala's paw and started to draw on the paper. Chapter 14. To the rescue. The feathers scribbled faster and faster until they dropped to the ground. Scala and Tig peered at the paper. The feathers had drawn a picture. I see tall trees, Tig said, and some nests. Blaze, Scala cried as the picture changed to show Blaze sitting inside a nest. Those giant birds did take her. Then the sparkling lines swelled and changed into a new picture. This one showed Tig and Scala on one side. On the other side was a path of tall trees. I think the feather is telling us that we need to head to those trees. It's like when it showed us we need to go to the waterfall, Scala said. As Scala hurried to pick away their supplies, Tig glanced at the paper again. The black smudge was back. It was close to where he and Scala stood. A cold shiver went through his feathers. He thought about the dark figure seen on the fire island and again in the Cloud Kingdom. It made him feel just like he had felt whenever Thorn and Shadow were close. Scala, Tig said, I know Thorn and the Shadow are gone, but what if there is something far worse here in the Cloud Kingdom? Scala didn't answer. Instead, she held Tig's wing. Tig swallowed down his fear. The birds flew in this direction, he said, pointing ahead. Tig pulled out his dagger and Scala held his slingshot. Let's go, she said. It's time to get our friend back.